You are now tuned into Mixstation Radio Live. The views and opinions of the guests and the hosts you hear on Mixstation Radio Live are not necessarily those of the staff and the management of Mixstation Radio Live, its sponsors, or advertisers.
Instagrammers, Facebookers, YouTubers,
TikTokers, Tiki-Talkers.
The rest of the crew.
The rest of the crew, that's right, that's right.
You're listening to a live broadcast of the Intimacy Chronicles. I am your host, Queen Jackie. Across the table from me,
Rich, also known as Quiet Storm.
The man in charge,
Saint Nick.
Saint Nick. And tonight is going to be a great show. I had one of my favorite people joining us at the news station, Umar Marvin McDowell.
The man, the myth, the legend.
All of that. For those of you that are not familiar with Mr. McDowell, he is Maryland's boxing legend. He's been inducted into the Maryland Boxing Hall of Fame. Community activist. I love the work that he does in his community, and we're always honored to have him as a guest because he always has a lot to share with us, and he's just an amazing guy. So
Thank you.
Yeah. We got a homegrown, hometown hero legend.
Yes.
That's right. We're big fans. We're big fans.
So I'm just going to turn the show over to Marvin and let him talk about whatever's on his mind.
Yeah, man. What you been up to, man? How you been, man?
Well, since the pandemic, a lot of people been scared, but from my understanding, if you don't have any preconceiving conditions or whatever, there's more than likely, nothing will ever happen to you as far as that. My gym been open for a minute.
Okay.
See, because when we was doing, when the city said that you can only have like 6 people in, I had to have those 6 people in because I would have lost them to the street.
Okay.
So, we couldn't let everybody in.
Right.
But some of the main ones that really needed to be there, we was there for them.
Okay.
So you're saying like during this, when they had our restrictions, during the height of the restrictions of the lockdown, there was a limit. There was a limit indoor gatherings, no more than 6 people.
Yeah.
And your core 6 were some at-risk youth or at-risk people
that needed that guidance and needed something to do because no telling they might not would have been with us right now.
Right.
Wow, that's huge. That's heavy.
Yeah, I applaud you for just making the gym accessible even during that time because so many people depend on it.
Yeah, what I'm saying? A lot of people's going crazy, like, when is the gym going to open back up?
Right.
But we had our fruit, we put the gate down halfway.
Okay.
And that was like a signal for the ones that could come up.
That's good.
And we didn't overdo it. But 2 is that, I run a barbershop in Montgomery Mall, and I'm saying when the mall was closed, we couldn't work.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, they did a little opening, where you could have stuff come to the door or whatever, but we just couldn't come into the mall.
Right.
And there's still restrictions right now. We can't have crowds. The chairs are 6 feet apart.
Right.
It's been a crazy deal.
Well, I'm glad you guys were able to stay safe. Can you tell the people about some of the pre-COVID, some of the programs that you guys had at your because I know there was a yoga classes, there were after school programs. Can you talk about some of that?
Well, the yoga, we had to cut the yoga out for a minute.
Okay.
Because the instructor was kind of nervous.
Right.
By having all that gathering like that, it kind of limited.
Yeah, you have to respect that.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the fresh vegetable and fruit, we still been doing that.
That's good. I was going to ask about that.
That's the food giveaway?
6 feet apart and wore the masks and their gloves and stuff like that. So, even though the pandemic was going on, people still was hungry.
That's right.
And they still need the vegetable and fruit. So it was like a sacrifice.
So how often do you guys give away food?
We do
weekly?
it every Wednesday at 12 o'clock.
Every Wednesday?
Every Wednesday.
Wow.
I'm saying like clockwork. We out there, my man Dominic Nell of City Weeds, he have maybe 9 other locations besides us. There's no reason for anybody to go hungry in Baltimore.
True.
Because there's plenty of food out there.
So tell us about City Weeds is one of those plans, those programs I assume where they grow produce within the city.
Urban farming.
Urban farmers, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and like in certain areas, they got the farms. Like on
there's one on Park Heights.
and there's one on Fulton Avenue. Fulton Avenue and Lorman. So it's really been working. And like I said, there's no reason why no one should go hungry in Baltimore.
I agree.
The food is out there, and a lot of this food comes from the food bank. I have a friend that runs the McDowell's boxing program, and I'm saying Wednesday afternoons, I'm saying they have shiploads of that stuff.
Oh, wow.
And other non-perishable goods too. So like I said, there's no reason for anyone to go hungry in Baltimore.
Yeah, and you have a nice turnout every Wednesday.
Yeah, I look forward to that.
Yeah, I could tell. I look forward to watching the videos because I'm like, wow, it's such an amazing turnout, and I imagine more people are starting to hear about the giveaway.
And now, like some people that come that have cars, they pick up boxes for the elderly people that's in their area. So, it works for everybody.
How long are you guys normally out there? How long does it take to go through the food?
Until it's gone.
Wow.
So we might get a shipment of maybe from 40, from 1,500 pounds to 2,500 pounds.
Oh, wow.
I'm saying, and when it's gone, now it's boxed. So, you have the tomatoes and avocado. You know what I'm saying? You have everything in there, like bananas and oranges and grapes and stuff. All of it mixed up in there with the vegetables.
That's pretty cool.
So healthy food. We ain't talking about giving out chicken boxes or what's that? We giving out.
Did he just look over at you and say chicken box?
I don't know where that came from.
That chicken box is good though.
Okay, right, exactly.
But it's
sometimes you need that nutrition.
Yeah,
right.
But it's healthy nutritional stuff that you've been. So every Wednesday, 26 Wednesdays a year. Y'all out there, rain, sleet, or snow.
It's been going on for almost about this is the 3rd year right now.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing.
And it really works, and I'm saying I really enjoy helping.
That was
being part of the solution instead of part of the problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was my next question. What motivates you to, or how does it feel? Because I've donated. Sometimes I think take the family to the food bank or do some things. But that's not consistent as you, of course. But I know how it makes me feel. How does it make you feel like every day seeing some of the people and being a part of the community like that?
It just feels good because the neighborhood that I'm in, I grew up in that neighborhood.
Okay.
And a lot of the people that know me, the older people,
everybody
know
knows
me
you.
and know what I've been doing. Because like when I was young, I said maybe 13, 14 years old, I was dedicated as far as going to the boxing gym. And at that time, it was called Operation Champ. That was one of the best programs that was ever developed. They had any and everything that a kid desired to do.
Okay.
Baseball, basketball, karate, They had the pool table, they had skating. They used to roll a truck. They had a big truck, and they used to block off the entrance to the block.
Okay.
And roll all that stuff out. Had a trampoline. They had, saying they just had everything, And then the recreation centers, they had recreation centers all over the city. It was the Urban League and Department of Recreation. And I'm saying if they had those centers out like they did back then, it would really cut down on a lot of this crazy stuff that's going on.
Yeah, I agree.
It seemed like it was purposely done.
Yeah.
So they can get a hold of us.
Well, that's the thing. Those were programs that were in our community. Yeah. And so it kept, even my brothers, it kept them occupied. They played sports. So it was always something to do. You had the rec centers open, and I think that's what's missing now. These kids don't have any way to channel that energy. Yeah.
And see all of them they're at home. They got the little video games. They watching the TV. Some of them getting fat.
Right.
And see, I'm saying when I was young, I had fun.
Yeah.
I had fun. These kids don't even know
they
how to play.
They don't know how to, exactly, because everything is electronics.
Yeah.
We were always outside playing. We went to camp. My mom always kept us in some kind of program. And so when I think back, because I try to tell my granddaughter, like, I went to Camp Concern, it was always something to do. But now I feel like when I hear them say, I'm bored, I'm like, you bored?
I can't understand how a kid can be bored.
Right.
It's just so much to do. That means you don't have an imagination.
Yeah, I think about that too.
Yeah. Like when I was coming up, and when I was boxing, and I used to represent this region. I might win the South Atlantic Championship, or I'll be on a team going somewhere. And I'm saying I used to travel all over the country.
Yeah, that had to be nice.
And I'm telling you, I'm saying flying, staying in hotels. I'm saying I had fun doing that. And come back getting accolades and people talking about, oh yeah, that dude can go. And it really made me feel good and inspired me to keep going.
Yeah. See, that's one of the things I love talking with you, man, because it's like when I talk about you, or when you talk about the history or talk about things the way things are back in the day, it's like a step back in the history.
Yeah.
So my question is to you, man, so when you were you were a teenager, 12, 13 years old, and back then, let's say it's the 70s around that time, it wasn't that many resources in the city, of course, and you're talking about we're on the heels of segregation, and a lot of Baltimore at the time was still segregated, and so for a lot of youth or a lot of athletes, I want to say, boxing was their only way out.
Yeah.
And now I look at like a brother like Ray Lewis. If he didn't have the opportunity to play football, he'd probably be a boxer. Right. So a lot of the athletes are doing other things. But how was it? Was that the same thing? Was that the same way for you? Was boxing like one of the few things that you could do, or it was just something that you kind of gravitated? How did you gravitate towards that?
See, well, I was a pretty good street fighter, knucklehead and everything.
Okay.
And what happened? It was this. Well, first of all, I boxed as a youngster. I'm saying I'm maybe 8, 10 years old.
Okay.
Right. I lived on Baker Street, and on North and Drew Hill, where I'm at now, one half was a boxing gym. Nor did I knew all these years later that I would wind up in that gym training guys and having a program.
Wow.
It was a guy named Pete Bass. He was the trainer there.
Okay.
And me and my friends used to go up there, and I'm saying we used to work out and box up in there. And I never really thought that I would even be doing it. So there was a recreation center on Calhoun and Gold Street. It was an old police boys club.
Like the police athletic league?
Yeah.
That kind of
thing?
Okay.
But see, Ames Community Center took it over. Ames Church, and they turned it to the Ames Community Center. and then they had boxing, and it was a guy named Jimmy McDowell.
Boxing in the church?
No, it was the center.
Okay,
the
okay.
church had the center. It's like they supported that
boxing.
center.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And there was a guy named Jimmy McAllister. Man, that man was something else. So what happened, he had a guy in there that was pretty good. And me being a little street fighter, thinking I'm rough and tough, right? My guy said, look, why don't you go in there and box? Right? So me, I said, I'll box.
Right.
So I got in there, and I did good with him because I was pretty good with the hands when I was younger. And I kept coming back. Kept coming back. Next thing I know, I took his place.
Wow.
And that was in 1972.
Okay.
And I've been involved in boxing
amazing.
since 1972.
So did they have golden gloves and all that stuff back
Oh,
then?
yeah, they had the golden gloves. They had everything. But the main place where they had the golden gloves was in, like, New York and Chicago.
Gotcha.
And I'm telling you, I had fun. Boxing is a sport that you can inflict your will on someone as much as you want.
Yeah.
You won't get in trouble. Right? And you'll get rewarded. So
That's
I said, hey, I love that.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's one way of
I
looking
can
at
beat
it.
somebody up, and he can try to beat me up, and we'll get applause, and we'll get rewarded.
But you know what? Boxing is also one of the best equalizers too.
That's right.
Because you could be big and bad with the wrong technique, and somebody smaller than
touch
you
on
could.
the chin, that's it.
Yeah.
So it's an ultimate equalizer.
Yeah.
So would you say there's a lot of mental preparations to get in the ring? Okay.
Always. See, you can applaud, most people that step in that ring. A lot of people say, oh, man, he bum, he can't fight.
Right.
Well, would you do that?
Oh,
Right.
Let me tell you, bro. I tried to. I always say, boxing, the kind of stamina you got to be in, it's like running a wind sprint as fast as you can for 100 yards. And when you trying to catch your breath, somebody
not losing your composure.
Yeah,
Right,
And while you
yeah.
trying to catch your breath, somebody punch you in your stomach.
Right.
That's how
It's
I feel.
over, yeah,
And
it's
then
over.
the gloves, right? Those 2-pound gloves after 3 rounds. Them 2-pound gloves are the heaviest thing.
Yeah.
They might as well be textbooks.
Yeah.
It's hard to even keep your hands up.
Yeah, it's not no
it's
game.
It's a different kind of stamina.
Like if the old school boxers was out now, they would tear all these guys up.
Yeah.
Because boxing, there are more blacks that's involved in the promotions now, which is good because we were always on a short stick up,
Right.
Yeah.
wasn't getting paid and stuff like that.
Right.
So there's more black boxers, black promoters, female promoters, and everything.
Yeah.
And it's good because back in the day, the so-called mafia or gangsters controlled boxing, and we were the entertainment, but we never really got anything out of it.
Right.
True.
Right.
So now we all in it, and we making money, and we acting like them.
Right.
Yeah.
How about that?
Promoting Hispanic people, right?
Yeah.
Because I always say that because when I look at the history of boxing, like in the 20s, there was Irish. Those are the people.
Yeah.
And then there was Italians. And then it always seemed like the racial group that's, I would say, towards the bottom of the bottom of the totem pole were the ones that dominated.
Yeah.
Because now when you look at it now.
So now the Russians is coming.
Exactly.
Right, exactly,
Yep. You're absolutely right. The Russians are in there.
And they're rough and tough from
Oh, yeah.
from the area they come from,
And I would say about 10 years ago, or maybe it was like Hispanic people.
Yeah.
You know, so it always goes to show you. I always look at boxing as, like you said, it's an outlet. You know, and it's easy. You don't have to buy that much equipment.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and it's easy to and it's an individual sport. So.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the other side of the boxing and your gym. What programs are you getting ready to implement with your program?
Okay, we have an after-school program called No Hooks Before Books. So now that the pandemic, so we do it online.
Okay.
And what we're doing with the kids is they're teaching them Maryland boxing history.
That's excellent.
We help them with their homework, but we make it fun.
Yeah.
See, because a lot of the boxers that come from Baltimore, that's in the Hall of Fame, Maryland Boxing Hall of Fame, was on the same streets where these kids live.
Wow.
So if you really read one of the Hall of Famers' biography, maybe living on Pennsylvania Avenue, and he knew your grandmother, grandfather, something like that. It makes it more real.
That's true.
Because a lot of the kids, they admire, the Floyd Mayweathers, the this and that. But we had that same type of people here in our city. We have Hall of Famers. And
we got champs.
That's
we got champs right now
right.
from Baltimore.
And see, Joe Gans was the first, right, from Baltimore, the first African American world boxing champ before anybody, right?
And what year are we talking about?
And we talking about in 1874. He was born in 1874, and he died in 1910 from tuberculosis.
Wow.
But they called him the Old Master. Only because of his skills far outweighed his age.
Okay.
He was very skillful. He was a very shrewd guy.
And who was he fighting? Was it segregated, or he was fighting white people?
Yeah, it was segregated because they liked him. His demeanor.
Okay.
Right. He wasn't challenged
He wasn't
like Jack Johnson.
like that. Yeah.
And he got along with everybody. And he was a smart guy.
Okay.
And he was a scientific boxer that used his jab, and he was smart because with his money, he bought a hotel in downtown Baltimore where the main post office is.
Yeah.
It was called the Goldfield Hotel. And most of the prominent blacks used to come to his hotel.
That's amazing.
And I know you heard of U.B. Blake.
Yeah.
He gave U.B. Blake his start when he was 19 years old. U.B. Blake used to play in his bar because at that time, he had the hotel. He lived in a hotel. He had at that time, a state-of-the-art bar.
Okay.
And all the prominent blacks used to come and visit. And, U.B. Blake, he gave him his start. He was 19 years old.
Wow. So you're teaching
amazing.
the kids that?
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome,
Oh, yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it gives them something to hope for. Like, okay, even somebody from the area you came from can make it out,
Yeah.
I think kids definitely need to know that so that it doesn't matter what your circumstances are, you can overcome anything.
And see, Joe Gans, he was working at the Broadway market. He was shuckling horses.
Wow.
That's how he made his living shuckling horses, right? And it was this guy from Pimlico Racetrack, because back during that time, boxing and horse racing were the two top sports of the world. And
because of the gambling.
They had this thing called the Battle Royale, where they used to blindfold the athletes or boxers and put them in a pit.
Wow.
And the last man standing, they will give a day's wages.
Okay.
And see, Joe Gans, he fought in 3 of them, and he won his wages from them. And it was a guy that was associated with Pimlico Racetrack was watching, and he started managing him, and the rest is history.
Wow. That's something I did not know.
Yeah.
So who's after Joe Gans? Who's next in line?
Joe Gans, and then you have Jack Johnson.
Wow.
He was the first African American heavyweight champion.
champion.
But Joe Gans was the first African American
Champion.
We don't
back then in any sport.
Okay.
Wow. We never hear about that. We always hear about Jack Johnson.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but see, Joe Gans was quiet. He didn't make a lot of noise, and he was very shrewd, good businessman. I'm saying, I would like to have been at the negotiating table when he was buying that hotel.
Wow.
And you ever heard that phrase that say, he coined this phrase, bringing home the bacon?
Yeah.
Yeah, he coined that phrase.
I did not know that.
Whoa, for real?
Yeah. Because he had won the championship. and go through the telegraph, right? He was talking to his mom. He said, "Yeah, Ma," said, "I'm bringing home the bacon."
Wow.
You know, and it's stuck. You know. And that's associated with Baltimore.
This is mind blowing.
That is mind blowing.
Yeah.
So do you get a lot of support or from Tank Davis?
Well, you know, like I'm gonna say no, but as time go on, you know, a lot of them they'll realize how much promise and how prominent they are. You know. And things have changed, you know. See, because he got the world watching him.
I know, because I had people from out of state be like, "Yeah, I want to go watch your boy." I'm like, "Who's that?" It was like I was like, "Oh wow," you know what I mean?
He's a pay-per-view fighter. You know, I'm saying, he got a fight coming up the 31st.
Is that in Texas?
Texas?
Yeah, Texas. Okay.
Yeah. Fighting. What's his name? Dela Cruz or Santa Cruz? Santa Cruz. Yeah. Well, it's a good fight for him because anybody he catch and hit, you know, it's going to be a problem. You know, and Santa Cruz is a busy boxer, right? But one thing that a lot of people don't know that Tank is also a good boxer.
Okay.
I watched him come up from a pup. He's a very good boxer. But if you can knock somebody out, why go through
that's true.
That's what sells.
I agree.
You know?
Yeah,
that's what sells.
Yeah.
I think Mayweather was the only person who was at that status where, I mean, if you're a boxing person, you could appreciate what you know Mayweather does as far as.
But see, the main thing in boxing
knock people out
is
what
hitting and not getting hit.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and people talk, "Oh man, he run, he did." No, he's still alive.
Exactly.
He still got his senses. You know, and he's a multi-millionaire.
Exactly.
You know, so you can't knock that.
Yeah.
Something was working for him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Muhammad Ali say, "I'm pretty. Look at my face." I'm gonna try to keep it there.
Yeah.
So, what kind of financial support does your program receive?
Well, we do a couple of fundraisers every year. We missed out on one of them, but we did have our charity golf tournament.
Okay.
And it really worked out.
Yeah, which golf course was it?
We had at the Woodlands,
in
Woodlawn. And we had over 100 golfers that came and showed up. You know, we usually put on an exhibition and let them see what they're supporting. But, you know, from the pandemic, right, we just kind of like...
So you play golf, man?
I watch golf. But that's where a lot of great business deals.
Absolutely, yeah.
Definitely.
One of my mentors said, man, he said, you got to learn the game because you'll be in the game. So you're still close enough to be in those conversations.
So, you know, we usually have a boxing for books, you know, where we would have most of the people that comes to the golf tournament, you know, they support the boxing for books.
Okay.
See, my board members are builders. The Bazzuto. You heard of the Bazzuto group?
Yeah, I heard of them.
Yeah, well, my board chairman is the CFO, you know, and most of the companies that they deal with, I'm saying they come and support.
That's so cool. Yeah.
So you're getting a lot of support from private. I mean, no, what I say, government type of support?
Well, no. No. But I can say that this Mayor Jack Young, he supported us. He had called me one day, and he said, Marvin, he said, man, I set up a GoFundMe page for you. He said, I want to raise $10,000 for you, right? You know, because I don't like the way they're doing you, man. You know, all this great work that you're doing, man, you should be supported more, right? So he raised $11,000. In 3 days, he raised $11,000.
Wow. That's what's up, man. You don't hear too much about
and
that
I'm
from
saying one of the funders, I guess they had to check out what they're supporting.
Right.
So, you know, a lady called me up and said that she was so-and-so from the Schusterman Foundation and that she would like to come and see what we got going on. And, you know, I met her. And I met her at the place, at the gym, and she handed me a check for $1,200, right? So I took her up there and I showed her what we do and, gave her the history on the program and everything. And she really loved it. She said, oh, man, I didn't know that you were doing all this.
Yeah.
So what we got out of that is that the kids are learning how to ride horses.
That's awesome.
For, for 3 months.
Wow.
Right? It's still going on now. Every Thursday, they take 5 of our kids horse riding, teaching them how to groom the horses and everything.
That's wonderful because they wouldn't get that ordinarily.
Yeah, I'm saying, every Thursday they go out to that horse farm and learn the trade about the horses and everything.
That's great.
And since the kids doing things virtual, they're ready to donate some computers to us.
That's what's up.
And the winter is coming, and she asked me to give some names for some of the kids. And they want to give us coats and hats.
Wow.
And we know when the kids, come to the program, some of them are hungry, so they want to support us and give us snacks. And
stuff,
I
remember you used to do like after school meal programs too.
This foundation has stepped up. You heard of MGM Grand in D.C.? Well, the Schustermen, they're builders.
Okay.
Right? And they had a construction company, and they build a lot of stuff, and, they give away a lot.
Okay.
And I'm kind of lucky that they pick us because they support educational programs. And see, the No Hooks Before Books
that qualifies as, Okay.
And when I started telling them about it, and without No Hooks Before Books program, we had about an 85% graduation rate.
Wow.
Most of the kids that's been in the program since we started, first of all, they get good progress reports, they pass to the next grade, and they finish high school.
Wow.
And, we got a bunch of them floating around in college, And my sons are part of it, too, And I have a 15-year-old son that's a wizard, right? Right now, he's in the 12th grade.
Wow.
And he's going to graduate when he's 16, and he's also going to have his AA because he got a college course. Yeah. He go to Catonsville Community College.
That's excellent.
And, he's doing that online. And I got his brother, he's 19. He's in the engineering program at Morgan, so he's doing his online stuff, So I'm saying all of them were part of the Umar Boxing Youth Development No Hooks Books.
Wow.
And, my one of my sons, one of my oldest sons, he's a professional boxer. And right now, he's a sheriff. He's in sheriff in training. And, he helps out. And, it's just, and I'm in a place right now, and I really feel good.
That's good.
About what's going on in my family and everything. Because my kids, they don't give me no trouble. Right. And they doing what they're supposed to do.
Right.
I mean, and not only that, is your extended family too.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, I'm saying we doing what these kids need. We are father figures. We are mentors. Boxing is the ultimate form of mentoring. Okay. Because we giving the kid something that's from us.
Right.
And I'm saying that they really enjoy it. And I'm the person that decides who compete. So no matter what everybody else is doing, if I don't touch them and put my hands on them, they ain't going nowhere.
Wow.
Because when they represent us, I want to make sure that they can defend themselves.
This makes sense, yeah.
Because boxing is technique. Yeah. But it helps, it helps them on everything in life. Listening skills, respect, camaraderie, structure, all these characteristics that you can get from boxing, it'll help you along in life.
Okay.
And if you carry them same characteristics in life, you got an awesome person.
Wow.
Competition,
Right.
Not giving up. You're talking about setbacks.
Yeah.
You're talking about defeat, being gracious in defeat.
Right.
Respect.
Yeah.
Camaraderie. Especially with that self-esteem.
Yeah, true.
When a person is feeling good about themselves, I'm saying
if they can conquer the world.
Yeah, and I'm saying it helped me. help me. You know,
Yeah.
I don't worry about nobody.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I know I haven't done anything to anybody.
Right.
So why I gotta be looking behind my back and everything, you know?
Yeah.
So how many years you been doing this, man?
Next year will be 25 years.
Okay. So
Wow.
here's my question to you, man, bro. So if you had one kid, you don't have to say their name or anything like that, but if you have, in your 20 years, if you had one kid who you would put out here and said, this is why I do it, you know, like from where they started and what type of man they are now.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that person?
Yeah. So Ken, one kid that I had in the program, I had to save him from being his father's cellmate.
Gotcha.
You know, and I'm saying they grew up in a situation, right, where they don't feel there's no way out.
Right.
You know, and they start doing things that might lead to that situation.
I feel you.
Right? And once you get them to believe in themselves, once you have that support, I used to go. I'd go to the schools, you know, and check them, go to the house, talk to their parents, see what's going on with them. You know, I really put myself out there.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, if they want to talk, you know, I talk to them about everything. You know, talk about my experiences when I was young. You know, and it's like a family situation.
Yeah. Right.
You know, and you know, I get all kind of kids.
Yeah.
Get kids that's bully. I get kids that's the bullier. You know, I get the kids that don't have that man foundation.
Yeah.
Even young females. You know, so we have something that we can really give to everybody.
Okay.
You know,
So-
it's like family.
Yeah. So how can, I mean, you know, because kids keep it real, man. They could see through the bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, and so what do you do that makes them naturally respect you?
Well,
And you don't have to be humble, man. Just say it.
no, what I'm saying, they can see that I care about it.
Yeah, that's okay.
You know,
I
see,
get it.
I really care. You know, because you can't fool kids. You
That's so
can't,
true.
You can't trick
Yeah.
them.
That's
You know,
so true. They honest,
and see
you
too
know?
is that you know I'm sort of like a big kid too at times. You know,
So you're
And-
relatable.
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
helps out. You know, and I have a way of getting to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, someone come in, leave me alone. You know, and this is a way I can get to them.
Yeah.
You know, and make them feel good about themselves and get them to understand that I'm there for you. You know, it's like it's a kid that just started, right? And he's like 13 years old in the 6th grade.
Wow.
You know, and I was telling him, I said, look, man, I said, I'm here for you, man. I said, don't feel ashamed if you can't read, if you can't do this, you can't do that. We have situations where we can help. I said, don't feel embarrassed.
Right.
You know, I'm saying we are here to help. So if you need anything, just come to me and I'll help you out, man. I said, I am a hope dealer. I deal in
Say it
hope.
again. Say
That's
it again.
right.
Hope
I
deal.
love
Yeah, I'm a
that.
hope dealer, not
Yeah.
a dope dealer.
Yeah, exactly.
I deal in hope. You know, so when you see me, you know, I got connections that can make things happen. You know, because what I can't do, I know somebody else.
That's
that can.
right.
And I can send you that way and this way and that way, you know, and it'll really work out. You know, and that's what these children need.
Yeah.
You know, they need a it's a saying that I made up, right? A choice and a chance.
Okay.
That's what they need.
Yeah.
A choice and a chance. And they can go from there,
Yeah.
you know. So if they don't get that choice, they don't have a chance. So all that goes together, choice and chance.
Okay. So I know the last time we spoke, I'm not sure how much at liberty you're able to talk about that, but you were working on a grant for the program.
Yeah, well, we didn't get it.
Okay.
We didn't get it.
Okay.
Yeah. Because, sometimes people don't realize what you do,
That's true.
you know, and who you touch. Now, I know I've been doing this damn near 25 years, and I know I done came across at least 10,000 kids since I've been doing this.
Right.
Wow.
You know, and it feels good when they see me on the street. Hey, Mr. Umar, you know, man, if it wasn't for me coming to the program, man, look, I done got married, I got kids, or I got this job, I finished college, you know. I just, like I said, I'm a hope dealer. I feel good giving these people hope.
That's right.
You know?
Man, you should have saw me jump up in the bed that one morning that you was on featured on the morning news. And I was like, yeah, that's Mr. Umar.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know,
and
like last year when the governor came and visited.
Yeah.
I saw that too.
Yeah. He really loved what we was doing. You know, and I don't know of him ever coming in the city to anybody's program.
Right.
Well, Governor Hogan, you need to show your love with some money.
Yeah, well, you know, like
that's a different show.
We do.
Okay.
We appreciate the pats on the back.
Right. So maybe that something to come out of that.
Yeah, definitely.
You know? But I'm saying make me feel good because I was invited to the State of the State address.
Yeah,
okay.
You sure
down
was.
in Annapolis.
That's a big deal. Yeah,
Man, I've been following you, man, since we talked.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I see him hobnobbing next to the governor. I see him here.
You know,
I see him
governor,
everywhere.
The governor came to, you know, we had we were supposed to go to a baseball game. You know? 3 big buses was outside waiting to take the kids to the baseball game.
Wow.
We didn't go that day. But
my
you know,
goodness.
my friend is Kiefer Mitchell. That's his senior advisor.
Okay.
And Kiefer Mitchell set it up.
Wow.
And you know, the governor came and you know he looked around and everything, and you know we went in the classroom and he engaged with the children and everything. And I'm saying he was greatly concerned, you know, and by me having no hooks for books and everything, and he talked to the parents, and you know he did a press conference afterwards after he came outside.
Wow.
And he out there shaking hands. He didn't know he was shaking hands with the hustlers and stuff. You know, but
Well, he in the community,
know,
just the idea that he's in the community, and think about those children who probably would have never dreamed that they would meet the governor.
Yeah.
That had to be an amazing experience.
So where's your gym located?
In the hood.
Yeah, what's the
1217 West North Avenue.
What's the cross street?
North and Druid Hill.
Yeah.
And just imagine 3 years later, the governor comes down in the epicenter where the Freddie Gray stuff happened.
Yeah.
You know, to see a program thriving.
Right.
You know, in the same place where it was rioting, looting, and burning. That's why I wanted to know exactly where it was and how, and just right in the middle of the city, an oasis for a place for hope.
Yeah.
You know?
And you know, I was really, you know, surprised because, you know, I get a call and it was all set up.
You should have went 3 rounds with him, man. I would pay to see that.
Yeah, you know, he know about boxing too because he was telling me about Sugar Ray. You know, Sugar Ray, in PG County and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, but he invited me, you know, to the State of the State address. Now I'm sitting there, you know, with me. I come the way I come looking the way I do.
That's right.
You know,
Wow.
so I come in, everybody looking at me, right? You know, like, who's that? You know, so come in and out there, you know, where he do his talking and everything, you know, podium stuff. So I'm up there sitting with his wife and his grandkids.
Wow, how cool is that?
And you know, and we talking and everything. And, you know, yeah, I heard about your program and this and that, man. You know, and I was cool with that.
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, when he was doing his State of the State address, and then he got to Baltimore, right? He said, talking about things that's going on in Baltimore. And he said, you know, I had a chance to stop by this program in Baltimore City. No hooks for books.
Yeah.
You know, and he said, man, he said, that's a dynamite program.
Wow.
He said, it was more people in the classroom than they was out on, you know, out in the gym.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, he said, if more people thought like I thought that, Baltimore would be a better place, And, he said, asked me to stand up, and he said, yeah. He said he's in the audience, and he's looking.
And you had no idea he was going to give you a shout out.
Nah.
Wow.
Just
you were just there, yeah.
And he said, stand up, Marv. And I did my presidential wave.
You have arrived.
Yeah, and then I saw a lot of the politicians that I know.
Okay.
Out there.
Yeah.
And I guess they were looking like.
Yeah. Where was Mr. Cummings?
Yeah. Right, what are you doing here?
Was Mr. Cummings there?
Huh?
Was Mr. Cummings there? Elijah.
Oh, no, he wasn't. Yeah, he was there. Yeah.
It's the state of the state. It's not national. Yeah. I mean, my bad. I'm thinking.
Yeah. He was supposed to be there. Yeah. He's a congressman.
Yeah, true.
But I think that he was there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that he was there. But I saw Nick Mosby and
Corey and I might have been.
I'm saying I saw everything,
Corey,
right? And he looking at me like, man, the mayor. He was there.
He didn't give me no shout out.
See.
Look, and when I was coming in, right, the president of Morgan was sitting on the end.
Wow.
Right? So, they was looking at me like,
who was he? Right.
So I said, excuse me, and my name was on my seat.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Yeah, my name was on my seat.
See?
I said, excuse me.
Right.
They were looking like, nah, where he going? Where he going at? And I sat up there and I sat right next to his wife.
Wow.
And his wife had his
so
grandkid,
cool.
His son, his daughter.
Yeah.
And, everybody was all around and stuff like that.
That's so
cool.
They
was congratulating me and stuff,
Yeah.
And man, that was really cool.
Yeah,
I felt kind of special.
You earned that. I mean,
you've
been doing great work in the community.
And you're absolutely right. That's what you earned, bro. That is something.
I didn't think anybody.
Long time coming.
Yeah. Well, you're making a lot of noise, believe it or not. So you've impacted a lot of lives. Yeah. That's a big deal.
Yeah, it's just something that I try to do. Because I came up on a program to help me. Yeah. And I just felt it was my duty, to get back. Because you don't. You
gotta sow the seed.
Yeah, you gotta go. You can't go forward if you don't get back.
Exactly. So with this election year, I'm sure you've been probably bombarded with a lot of candidates.
Oh yeah. I have, but I said, well, I hope this ain't the first time or the last time, and everybody talk all of this great stuff and stuff. Okay, it takes dollars and cents for me to keep doing what I'm doing.
That's right.
So a lot of them I never even seen in the community before. So now, they see a platform, they heard about what's going on because I got votes.
Yeah.
True.
If I got 50 kids, I got 100 parents.
Exactly.
I got relatives. I got all that going on. So people can sleep on what we have.
Right.
But if you don't pay no attention to us, you don't get no votes.
Yeah.
You don't make us no promises and fulfill those promises, you don't get them votes.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's just like we don't have no ordinary thing going on. If I got 50 kids in my program, I got 100 parents.
Yeah.
And parents got brothers and sisters and cousins and
Right. Yeah. I think another thing that people probably don't realize is you have people from other countries coming to study your program.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We have partnered with the World Trade Center Institute, and in those southern countries, they have the same problems like we have. Yeah. Kids out of school, kids selling drugs, kids doing crime. So what they do, they come to America to find the best practices to take it back to their country.
Yeah.
Now, they haven't been in a minute, right? But especially for the pandemic.
Right.
But I done had visitors from Mexico, El Salvador, Central America, all of South America. Mexico and stuff, and they was asking me questions because they bring like 3 interpreters. And, they bring delegations from police, from the government, from different stages, in their country to find out what we do and how we do.
Right.
So they can take some of those same practices back to their country, and save the kids like we're trying to do here.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, when I talk about it,
you don't look at it like it's a big deal, but it's really a big deal. Yeah.
Right. And Don King came out of gym.
The best promoter in the world.
Yeah.
I took that picture off of your Facebook page. Yeah, I was like, oh, how cool is this?
Yeah, I'm saying Don King came to my program. And, like a lot of the big boxers, when they're in town, they hear about what's going on and they come by.
Yeah.
You heard of the white Kwawi Muhammad, the white Braxton, little short guy. From Pennsylvania, but he was born in Baltimore and went up and moved to Jersey. The white Braxton.
Okay.
Yeah, he changed his name to the white Muhammad Kwawi. He was the cruiserweight champ in Holyfield beating. He was short.
I think the name sounds vaguely familiar. Yeah, the white Kwawi.
He come by. I'm saying we have a lot of visitors.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And right now, and I think that we're one of the first. Well, I know we are. We were one of the first boxing programs with legitimate educational component.
Yeah, so that's like a full service program.
Yeah. So mind, body, and goal.
Yeah.
And me being a so-called community activist from the different resources that I developed and the relationships that I developed over the years. I can help people.
Yeah.
I can send them around, and just tell them Umar sent you.
Now, the thing that, I met you, 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah.
What I gathered in speaking with him is that it doesn't matter who you are. If he can help you, he's going to do it. And I love that. You let us know about the program, the meetings that the mayor would have. And I was like, wow, nobody knew about these meetings.
Yeah, the call to action.
Yeah, the call to action. And so I was definitely grateful to be able to attend those. But that's the thing that I can say about you. I think that's why you're one of my favorite guests, because you don't mind sharing your resources and what you know.
I'm saying, I have a lot of information. If I die with all that information, what good's with me getting it?
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
And it's funny how you're doing things. It's good to get recognition, but it sounds like you're doing it for the love and for the overall generosity.
I enjoy what I'm doing.
It shows.
And to see these kids learning, and there's a lot of people that I had touched, that went on and became world champs.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad about it. It's just that they can't say that I wasn't a part of it.
Right. Yeah.
I was a part and a star.
That's pretty amazing.
But you never know who you inspire, though.
Yeah.
Whether or not they become a world champion or the fact that they graduated high school is a gold medal. Yeah. Based on some of the
and see, a lot of times, people be wondering, time I finished in school. See, a lot of us never complete anything.
Yeah,
so
that's
if
so
you complete high school, then people will give you a chance to say, "Hey, man, you took all that time to do that. That might be somebody that really be good for us."
Right.
It shows that you will complete.
Yeah.
And so Marvin here dropping all this knowledge.
I tell you, man. You're actually one of my favorite people to talk to, man. Just like I said, it's like, man, I could talk to you all night about the history of boxing, but I know that Jackie got political questions, and
it's not just political. You bring the sports side, so you have your moment. And talking about boxers, do you have a lot more females coming to the gym now?
Yeah, I have a lot more females, but they come for the exercise and
self-defense,
and they come for the defense. You know, they might get a little knucklehead. You know, they might have to serve.
They might have to chop them up a little bit.
Yeah.
I would love for my 16-year-old to learn boxing.
But I'm saying, once you learn,
my daughter.
Once you learn it, right, and see the way that we teach you to be trainers.
Okay.
Because everything is explained.
Right.
See a lot of times people open up these boxing gyms, man. They couch coaches. You know, they might look at a fight on Showtime or HBO or something.
And that qualifies them as a coach.
And then they'll come to the gym, you know, and try it. Mm-hmm. You know.
I'm sorry, man. The look on your face. The look on your face was priceless, man.
Trial and error.
Yeah.
Right. It's very discouraging. You know. Because I got almost 45 years in this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you get that one right cross across the chin, and then you see stars.
You'll check out.
That's right. Right. It ain't as easy as you think it is. You know.
Yeah.
Look, my dad, boxing was a thing. The reason I got into boxing because my father's from Trinidad, right? So growing up in the 70s, like he didn't understand football, he didn't understand baseball. Only thing he knew was soccer and boxing. I ain't really care about soccer. So boxing was the only sport for us to bond. So I grew up as a kid in the 80s, which I think late 70s to the 80s, golden age of boxing.
I think so too.
Hands down.
I completely agree.
I'm rooting for you looking at Muhammad Ali, Leon Spinks, Holmes, Sugar Ray, Roberto Duran, Alan Minter, Roberto Duran, you know,
all
these guys, right? So we sitting there and we watching, and but he came from a family of boxing too, and my uncle, he boxed. He was boxing in Trinidad, right? And he was beating up everybody on the island. So he decided to go to Venezuela, South America, because to step up his game, right? So he up there all, trying to be all pretty. Ali, you know, he doing all this stuff, you know, because he beating everybody on the island, right? So he go. Did he? Look. So I'm gonna tell you the story. First round, he comes out. That's what I'm saying. When you get rung, it's a different kind of feeling, right? Make you contemplate life. So he comes out. He had a nickname by then. His name was Kid Vera Cruz. He ain't know a thing of Spanish, but he called himself Vera Cruz, right? Right. So he comes out. So this hungry Spanish guy that was from the ghetto, right, was hungry. Hit him with a left cross. He spit out. I mean, he grabbed him, right, and would not let go. Right, would not let go. So so his trainer was like, break, and he was like, what? He go like this. Throw in the towel.
Oh my God! He had enough.
Then he come, throw in the effing towel.
Hell yeah!
That was the end of it. Yeah. That was my end of my uncle's boxing career.
That was his big hurrah.
But he beating everybody locally in town. But when he go across, so you always, and that's the thing that boxing will find a way for you to respect it.
Yeah.
You know, because there's always somebody that you're not expecting.
Yeah.
That can beat you.
One of my goals right now is to get on the athletic commission.
Okay.
I would like to
for the state.
Yeah, for the state.
Okay.
I would like to be the first Maryland African American boxing commissioner.
Okay. Wow, that
and
would
I
be
have some
huge.
great ideas.
Yeah.
You know, I have some great ideas. I have some great ideas too.
So what do we got to do to make that happen? Is it a petition or?
Well, I sent my resume in already.
Okay.
And the governor is the one that makes the decision.
Wow.
Okay.
Right? And the history that I have, you know, I think I should be a shoo-in.
Yeah, because who would be more qualified? I mean,
and see, one of my goals is this, right? If I get selected, I want to recommend that every boxer that fights in the state of Maryland has a GED or high school diploma.
Okay.
Because most of these guys they sign these contracts, not understanding what they're signing, and they're signing life away.
Yeah, true.
So I just want them to have some kind of understanding, that, and if they don't understand, that they are smart enough to take it to somebody that can.
But you know what? What about? I mean, okay, we got different programs, and I know some of them you might have, since you're a very influential person, maybe, because that's a very good idea. What about, like, as they going up and you get your GED, but you not necessarily have to take a college course, but maybe take a financial literacy,
right,
and just basic contract law,
right.
And it could be like a 6-week course or something like that,
but
where you can understand.
And two, a boxing union. See, because a lot of guys, they box, they make a little money, and they're destitute.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
And maybe start a little. I hear some unions are going around, around the country, but I would like to meet with somebody that's doing that, so we can get a fund going.
Okay.
So when these guys, when they retire or stop boxing, that they can be taken care of.
Okay.
Yeah, that is true. So what would you say for the people that look at the sport as barbaric, or what would you say to them?
Well, football is barbaric.
Absolutely.
Most of the contact sports are barbaric. You can get hurt. Now, here's one thing about amateur boxing that a lot of people don't know. Amateur boxing ranks 23rd as far as children's sports injuries.
Wow.
23rd.
Even with all that headgear and padding and stuff.
I'm saying most of the sports that are in school right now, right, you have a better chance of getting hurt than in boxing. Now, I'm saying in boxing is 23rd. Look at all the other sports that's before.
Oh, yeah, because I was like 23rd. That's way. It's not. Are there 23 high school sports? That's way down on the line.
Right, and I'm saying
so it's so you're saying it's relatively safe.
Right.
Gotcha.
Football, right?
Wow.
If you start a boxer off and a football player off at the same time, who would have the most injuries at the end of the season?
I don't know. Because if I lose a fight, I'm going to get my feelings hurt.
Your pride.
My pride.
As far as
damage, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Right? You can get a broken leg, broken arm, twisted ankle, hurt your hand or ribs or something, right? So what I'm saying, boxing is pretty good compared to a lot of these sports that are. And
it's not the same sport that Jack Johnson, where they probably had bare knuckles and stuff like that.
Well, Jack Johnson fought during the time of the Marquess of Queensberry rules.
Okay.
And the Marquess of Queensberry rules was when you wore gloves.
Got you. But how much padding was the gloves?
It didn't exist.
It was enough for you not to hurt your hand.
Okay. Yeah, okay. But how do we, like I said, the 80s probably the golden age. Yeah. So what happened, man? What happened with boxing where now it's like unless you're real, because back then in the 80s you had a lot of casual fans.
Yeah.
Everybody knew who the heavyweight champion was because he was the baddest man on earth.
That's right.
Everybody knew who he was. Right. You don't really know that anymore.
Because a lot of the big guys want to play football and basketball.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
they won't get that ring.
Because LeBron James as a boxer. Yeah, he would have lit somebody up.
Yeah. Or he would have gotten it up.
He would have,
Remember when Ed Too Tall Jones tried to fight?
Yeah.
This little man beat him up.
When he went down, the guys thought he was still standing up. He was so tall. He hit him again while he was down.
I was like, oh my gosh, that's Ed Too Tall Jones. My dad said, he too tall getting his butt beat. Some little man was not. That's what I'm saying. Boxing is a good equalizer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I said, there are more black promoters and more people, in it on the financial end.
Yeah.
And see, that's what now boxing is. It's commercial. And a lot of times when you're looking at boxing, it's an illusion.
Why you say that?
It ain't really what you're seeing. See, because you have A, B, C, and D fighters, right? They'll match an A fighter up with a C fighter.
Okay.
You know,
Wow.
and the C fighter, probably just got him off the corner. That's how. See, it's money now. If you
I
got
was going to
some
say,
money,
so yeah.
So
if you have some money behind you, you can build a person up.
I think I know
Right.
what you're saying. Yeah, so
You know?
you have a fighter. So you got me. I got the look. So it's like, all right, I'm going to pad my records with a whole bunch of D fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when it's time for me to get my big fight,
Cash in.
Right, that's it.
I'm
Yeah.
20-0 with like 10 knockouts.
Yeah.
So it's no longer about the love of the
It's a
sport.
business
It's
now.
about, okay.
It's about
Yeah.
who's
And see,
next.
that's why a lot of the fighters back
Politics.
in the day would tear these guys up.
Yeah,
now.
they love the sport of
You know?
boxing.
But they had some element. I mean, I think they had some element that, like when Tyson was coming up, I think he was fighting every week.
But see,
I mean,
he was
every
old,
month.
He had an old school trainer.
Yeah. But was he fighting D fighters just to get him up
He
there?
was fighting.
Because he was 19-0 with 19 knockouts at 19 years old.
What I'm saying is, it's kind of hard when you're a heavyweight
Uh-huh.
and when you're vicious.
Don't matter.
Anybody that you put in front of you,
Gonna take down.
Yeah.
especially if you're
He's-
confident in
yeah.
your ability.
Yeah, he
and
was a
confident
general.
what you can do.
He was a
right?
generational
It's
talent.
going to be
Right.
hard to beat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what I'm saying, it's been going on,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm saying to the point now, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay. Are they being
Have you
exploited
ever looked
more?
at a fight and say, what the hell he doing?
Butterbean, yeah.
Let's see.
Say, what is he doing?
Yeah.
I saw that when
Yeah,
when
like, I don't even
when
watch
McGregor
boxing now.
when McGregor was fighting Mayweather, I was like, this ain't. Why am I paying for this?
It's not the fight that you grew up watching.
No,
Yeah.
you got two different.
It's business.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
You
then
know?
I was surprised that Mayweather took that fight and he got credit for it. As a win.
It was a win.
Yeah. I was like, this ain't.
They approved of it. I'm
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
that's what money can do for
Because
you.
I'm sure if you put Mayweather in a martial arts ring, I mean, in an MMA
He'll
ring.
get his butt kicked.
Yeah.
Get choked out here.
Yeah.
Tap out.
Exactly. Yeah, I found that odd, but I paid for it and I watched it, and they got my money.
Do you have a favorite boxer now?
He gonna say me.
Well, besides
Aside from you. Yeah, aside from you. Yeah.
Let's keep it real, Jackie.
what I'm saying is, there's quite a few of them that I did really admire.
Okay.
See, you can really tell the old school boxers that were trained by old school people, because they have the technique.
Jab.
See, a lot of people don't have the technique, and a lot of people don't know how to teach the technique because they never learned the technique.
Right.
Because the older guys teaches the technique, the proper
Okay.
way to step, the proper way to jab, the proper way to duck. All this stuff is a formula, and a lot of people don't know how to teach that formula.
Wow.
And
So who do you see up there now with that old school style?
most of the champions have that old. Have you ever noticed that every time you see a champion or you see a fight, you'll see an older guy always in that corner?
Yeah.
You notice that? You always see an older guy in the corner.
What'd you think about the Wilder Fury fight? What's your thoughts on that? First of all, who did you like before the he?
I like Wilder, right? But ain't no change in Wilder. Because he still was dealing with the same people, right? Now, he had Mark Breland. Mark Breland was an Olympian, and he taught him that left jab, right, to use his reach, right? But he didn't know how to back up, and he didn't know how to go side to side. He didn't know how to turn. He didn't know how to turn the fight, So what Tyson Fury did, he had somebody else train. He went to the Kronk gym, right? And the Kronk are
Enough
the
said.
heavyweight experts.
Enough said. Tommy
Right?
Hearns,
Yeah. Lennox Lewis.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Stewart,
Yeah.
all of them.
Yeah, and see, Sugar Hill, that's Emmanuel Stewart's nephew. He took over when Emmanuel Stewart passed away. So he has that embedded in him.
Okay.
Yeah, Kronk. Oof.
And what he did, he had Tyson Fury put on about 20 pounds, 20, 25 pounds, right? And push him forward.
Okay.
Because Wilder didn't know how to fight backing up.
Wow.
And didn't know how to step around.
Was that a big secret or something like that? How come nobody?
Well,
how did he get this far with that big deficiency?
You know, like he was always bigger than everybody.
Yeah. And then that mental.
Tyson Fury is 6'9".
Oh.
Wilder was what 6'7". Yeah. So that was the first time he had somebody who was taller than him. So Tyson Fury bulked up, and they trained him to keep moving forward.
Right.
And he just, I'm saying, man.
So be honest, man. Before the fight, who you put your money on?
I wasn't really going to bet on that.
Wow. You know? Okay. It was that close.
Yeah, but
because that's their second fight, right?
Yeah, that was the second fight. But he was winning the first fight, and when he knocked him down in that last round, that's where they made it a draw. But he was losing that fight.
Interesting. Okay. Thanks for your thoughts, sir. Then when the third fight come on, I'm still gonna be like, I'm gonna just sit back and just eat my popcorn.
He might get knocked out soon. And then they was talking about the gloves, right?
Yeah.
They were saying that looked like some of the stuffing was taken out.
Oh, okay.
Because when he was punching, right, they said that looked like his fist was in the lower part. And he was like hitting it with knuckles.
Ooh.
Wow.
But it wasn't like that, man. He was flicking.
There's always if boxing never had controversy, it wasn't boxing. That was.
No, but I'm saying he got beat. Plain and simple, he got beat.
Yeah.
He got outboxed and he got knocked out. I'm saying he made it look so easy. But it was just that little adjustment.
Okay.
Put the weight on, go forward, push forward, and it worked.
Wow.
So how you feel about the saying boxing is a matter of matchups? It's about styles. I'm sorry, matchup styles.
Makes fights.
Styles makes fights.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Style makes fights.
You know, like it's like a bull and a matador. You know, the bull coming in, you know, you stepping around, pop, sticking them, pop, you know.
Yeah.
And that bull going to charge.
Yeah. But, you know, boxing is a great sport, and boxing ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't going nowhere. And now's the time, you know, that people really should be getting this, because the city, you know, boxing is going to open back up.
Yeah.
Now, I work with a boxer. We was down in Rock Hill, South Carolina, a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
Got a first round knockout. You know, so they boxing down in South Carolina.
Okay.
You know, it was a good fight, long ride though. But he's 3-0, 3 knockouts, 3 first round knockouts. His name is the Educated Boxer.
Okay.
Dorian Boston.
I like that.
Right? He's maybe 4 credits away from his PhD.
Wow.
You know, and
that's awesome.
That's the name that he ride off. The Educated Boxer.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. That's his person hitting degree.
That's right. Exactly.
So you know, like if everything don't work out,
he has that education.
He's a doctor.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and you know,
he probably can make more money boxing than doctor.
Maybe so, but it'd be long term.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So earlier this evening, you spoke about the support that you got from Jack Young.
Yeah.
Which is what do you think about his? I know I think it was a couple years ago. He had made a comment about you should let the drug dealers come in and fight each other.
But you know where he got that from?
Where?
Wow.
You responsible for that?
Yeah, and see, Jack, you know, people don't know that Jack Young used to train over Mac Lewis.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He boxed before as a youngster.
Yeah.
So, you know, he said that out of frustration.
Yeah, of course,
you know?
of course.
But people just took things everywhere.
They ran with
he got
it.
some flack for that. But I understood what he was trying to say.
And I was glad that he said it.
Right.
Because it was good for me.
Yeah, you had a string. I was going to say, you had a string of interviews after that, right?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Look at you influencing people at the head of the city government.
You know, like that's what I was going to try to plan to do. You know, like if people have beefs, you know, they come to the gym.
Yeah.
No audience. You know, sign an agreement. Hey, look, win or lose, when it's over, it's over.
Yeah.
Shake hands and go on about your business. You know, that's what men do.
Yeah.
You know, but right now, the way things are, these kids are raised in an emotional environment.
Oh my God, yes.
And it makes them very reactionary.
Yeah.
You know,
And
they
not-
don't think before they do anything.
And not only
They
that,
just
if
react.
the audience, you gotta people know. Oh, a lot of times beefs is because of respect.
Yeah.
And you're gonna let
I'm
him do
saying
that.
you gotta earn respect.
You got it, yeah.
You know,
But for them to do that, I must say they have to have that code.
yeah.
You know, because
That code changes so much,
I
man.
know.
You know, it ain't nothing like it used to be.
I
man.
know,
You
and
know,
that's
because at one time it was a code not to hurt women.
Right.
yeah.
They taking them
Well,
women
that
out.
went out the window.
They taking
yeah.
them out.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Because a lot of these females are setting these guys up.
Yeah.
And, you know, they get the guy and they get the girl too. You know, they take both of them out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What do you think about the upcoming election?
Which one?
The mayor
Presidential
race.
or
No, let's-
I like Brandon Scott.
okay.
You know, you got a lot of Johnny come latelys
Yeah.
coming out,
Yeah.
you know, and trying to do this and do that.
Mhm.
Everybody's saying what they're saying, you know, but what were you doing before all this stuff came?
Right.
I'm saying you should at least show your face and do some things
Yeah.
that make people think or know that you're serious about, you know, what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
In a way, see, I live in Baltimore County anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I won't be able to vote for the man anyway.
Right.
You know, but my program is in the city, and
Mhm.
I just would like the support, more
Right.
support. You know, because I'm trying to make all of that job easy.
Mm-hmm.
See, because if I'm open, I can have these kids in there, the discipline, the camaraderie,
True.
respect, all these characteristics, they need to be productive citizens.
Yeah, you gotta
I can
catch
help
them
them
young.
out with it.
You got to catch
Right.
them young. You got to catch them young
You do.
before they.
Yeah.
And
you do.
see, too, is that if you don't get them between the ages of 6 and 10, sometimes it's a little too late.
Yeah.
Because when they're 6 years old, that's when they're souping in all that information.
Mhm.
That's when they kind of deciding which way they're going to go.
Right.
So, you know, that's why I start my kids off at 6 years old.
Okay.
Wow, that young, huh?
Yeah, I started them off at 6.
You would
know.
you would think that you want to keep their innocence, but if that young,
Ain't no
you know,
innocence
But
out here.
it's
Yeah.
like
You
you
know?
shielding them when you don't prepare them. It's that you got to provide them with a good setup.
Yeah, that's a
Um,
shame. I mean,
yeah.
it's a reality, but it's a shame that
Yeah.
When it's funny because if you start them that young, it gives them something productive to do. You're developing their mind. It's like a deprogramming that you're catching them early.
Mm-hmm.
And it will probably inspire them to want to do better.
Right.
You know, I'm sure with a lot of the kids that you had coming through your program, because of your impact on them, I'm sure a lot of them didn't want to do anything to disappoint you.
A lot of times it's happening.
Yeah,
like that, you
yeah.
know? And then, too, right, is that is certain words that I can tell them and say to them, you know, that will inspire them. You know, like,
Yeah.
look at him. He's scared.
mm-hmm.
He's shaking.
Mm-hmm.
Just going out there and jumping. You know, and they get out there. Oh, Coach Marvin, you was right.
See?
Yeah.
He was scared like I don't know what. I got him, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
You know? Yeah, it's just
That's where they develop the trust.
Right.
yeah.
Right.
And see too is that I tell them the truth. I don't lie to them, you know. And they come in there and And if boxing ain't for him, I tell him, man, you need to play hockey or golf or
play chess.
Anything but boxing.
You ever try basketball? You gotta tell them the truth.
Yeah. I'm sure they respect that honesty.
Yeah. But two is that I feel that if they listen to me, I can help them.
Yeah.
If they got the will, you got the skill.
Yeah, that's right. Will and skill.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's not many old school boxing trainers out there because a lot of them are dying off.
Right.
See, because the guy that trained me, two of them, right? Larry Middleton, right? He was former heavyweight contender. And Jimmy McAllister, right? He was back in the 30s and 40s.
Okay.
And on record, you can check Willie Pep's record. Willie Pep was a bad boy back in the day.
Wow.
They call him Willie the Whip. He won a round. Look, he won a round without throwing a punch.
How is that even possible?
From his ring generalship.
Okay.
He's slipping and moving and ducking and,
Right.
you couldn't hit him with a bag of marbles.
Okay.
Right? And he won a round, right? And didn't even throw a punch.
Wow.
His name was Willie Pep. So Jimmy McAllister fought him to a draw. And back during that time, if you fought a white guy to a draw, you usually won.
Okay.
So okay, I'm gonna have to look that one up because how do you score? I mean, obviously he got hit. I mean, or
He didn't get hit.
or did you
Yeah.
get hit? But don't you get points for being the aggressor?
It didn't. Not that time.
Okay,
He just probably looked so
'Cause I see-
beautiful.
Right.
Like,
He was
whoa,
probably
man, he missed some
graceful.
punches and
Yeah.
stuff like
Because
that.
I know there's scoring, and then when you look at the eye test, I was like, man, he looked more aggressive. I'm gonna give him the
Yeah,
round.
But I'm saying
Yeah.
aggressive without contact is useless.
True. Okay.
I'm saying I'm using the energy ducking and slipping. Give me some points for that. You ain't hit me.
You're right. Yeah.
You know.
I know that. I mean, like I said, there's some legendary stuff that went on in
Yeah. But I'm
boxing.
saying you check that. He won
Okay.
a round
Okay.
without throwing a punch.
Willie
Yes.
Pep.
Willie Pep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna reach out to my dad.
And then too, you will see Jimmy McAllister, and you'll see a draw. The only man, right? The only man on record, and from Baltimore, Jimmy McAllister.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then of course Ali knocked somebody else knocked them down twice with one punch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talking about Sonny.
Huh? Yeah.
Sonny.
Yeah.
And I think Tyson did the same thing to Trevor Burbick. He hit him and he got up and went back down and went back down.
Oh yeah, them legs wouldn't act right, man.
He was mad.
He was hitting on the canvas.
I refuse to go.
Yeah,
Right.
Them legs
Hit
was
him. The
not
man hit him one
cooperating.
time and he fell down 3 times.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a golden age, man. I was like, I mean, bring back those days, man.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that, like you said, you teach them from young, and it's not only just about getting in the ring; it's about respect. It's
Right.
about,
The whole,
being a man.
It's a whole
It's the
process.
whole package. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the future of boxing, or what do you think the future of boxing is?
Well, I feel that more blacks gonna make more money than they ever made. You know, and you still got some old school trainers that's teaching the technique. See, and that's what's missing a lot of times. You get all these fancy guys, and they giving them ducks and stuff, right? And like I say, it's an illusion a lot of times. You're looking, oh man, that dude is bad, right?
Right.
But the guy that he fought was 0-45.
Okay.
Yeah.
No knockout.
Gotcha.
listen to
Bunch of Jerry Quarries.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah, but but there are some great, good boxers out there.
Okay.
So what's the future for you, man? What you got coming up?
Well, like I'm training guys, and I'm saying I might be on the boxing commission.
Yeah, you did mention
So
that.
what I'm saying, like there's always something I can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let us know what we can do to help, man, or as far as, especially with that boxing
This is
committee.
help right here.
Yeah.
Good.
The Umar Boxing Youth Development, no hooks before books, 1217 West North Avenue, phone number 410-808-1960.
Where can I get some merchandise, man? Because I'm digging the hat. I need a T-shirt too.
And he's always fly.
I got some hats and shirts in the car.
Okay.
So man, you got an extra medium? That's the size I wear. Extra medium.
You know what? You just need to stop.
I got an extra large.
Oh yeah.
That's out of your range.
Well, I have a double X and a triple X.
Yeah, the extra large is good, man.
I got a triple X.
He's selling hope.
That's right. He's selling hope. He's a hope.
Well, I got your side. Yeah. I got your side. I know it.
But do you have a merchandise website or
like,
anything?
Well,
my son, Codeine, right? He designed my shirts and stuff.
Okay.
And he's real good.
Yeah, you got some good logo. Let me look at the hat, man.
Yeah.
I love the.
Hooks for books.
Oh man, yeah.
You all are an enterprising family because your wife has the bean business.
Yeah. Matter of fact, she's having a fish fry this Friday.
Ooh.
Okay. Fancy fish fry on Emerson and Fulton. She's in the commercial kitchen.
What time?
I think like 10 to 2, something like that. 10
during the day.
3. I'm saying that she has some good stuff.
Mm-hmm. I got to get her on here.
Yeah.
I'm putting it out there into the universe.
Yeah. We're going to get on there. We're going to get her. Yeah, she's a beanologist.
Mm-hmm.
She can do anything with the beans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Like
so I mean, definitely good luck with that. The boxing commission, man. I love, like I said, I follow you on social media, and then it was so cool seeing you like in different articles and TV
I'm like the Forrest Gump of boxing.
Yeah, I think that's a great description.
He everywhere.
Yeah,
I'm saying,
telling
you. A lot of situations like people looking at me like, what are you doing here?
So you just box, like Forrest was like, I just run.
Yeah, you say it in joking, but it's true, man. It's like you sitting there at the State of the State address, and he's like sitting in the crowd, like next to the governor's wife.
Yeah,
got reserved seats. You got the best seats, like better than Frank Lucas had.
See.
And then too, they had like a luncheon afterwards, and I met all the. Representatives
like his cabinet and stuff like that.
Long time coming.
And look, and then when we was walking over there, and Jack Young pulled me up. He said, "Hey, man, you tell him the time that I did this and that." I said,
"Oh my God, he trying to get his shout out."
Yeah, but I'm saying it was really cool.
That's so cool.
Really cool.
And again, it's like well deserved because you've been doing amazing things in the community for 20 plus years. So.
Yeah.
But, I just think it's just something to do.
It's something for you to do, but the impact that you have is significant. So if you are receiving recognition, it's well-deserved.
Look, man, if you ain't going to toot your horn, we're going to toot your horn for you.
Damn right.
The man's a legend. The man's homegrown, in the community for years and years and years, doing good stuff when nobody watching.
Right.
And it's just well deserved, and I'm glad for the recent recognition that you get, and we wishing you super luck and success in your future endeavors. I'm gonna look forward to seeing you on that Maryland Athletic Commission.
Yeah. I think that people will follow what I'm doing as far as having a GED or diploma.
Right. Absolutely.
So it shows that they have some kind of understanding.
Education.
They need that. Yeah, they need that. So when you are planning these big events, just think about my guy at the end of the table because he has that tropical jazz band.
Oh, yeah.
And he doesn't toot his own horn either. So I got to keep putting it out there.
Anytime you need music or whatever, you know what I mean? Any kind of. Yeah, but man.
Matter of fact, our next fundraiser for next year, we're gonna celebrate our 25 years.
Okay.
Through the boxing and books. And it's going to be the 25th year celebration, too. So we're going to mix all that together. It's going to be some big stuff.
Oh,
that's
awesome.
good because we can advertise and that'll be good.
we know we're gonna have you back on the show before then to talk about that too. Yeah. But man, like I said, we could talk all. I know Jackie got her questions about.
So Richard is probably your biggest groupie.
I didn't know that.
So I'm telling you, because I bet you the last couple of days he was doing all his research to make sure he had his questions in place. Mm-hmm. He is good like that.
I ain't write no questions down because I know that once my man dropped his knowledge, man, I would just be like, well, tell me more. And that's exactly, like I said, when you start talking about the history, man, it's like you're like a resource, you know, and there's just the knowledge of talking about. I mean, the things I learned about. Oh man, what's his name again? The first champion, Joe Gans. Yeah. I'm like, man, it's who knew? And I'm thinking back to where that building is right across the street from the Shaw Tower, where he had that hotel. Mm-hmm. You know,
the main post office right there. Yeah, but I'm saying back during that time, right? It was unheard of.
Yeah, absolutely. A business owner, and there wasn't.
When he died, his funeral procession, right? It was like 10 or 12,000 people lined the streets of Baltimore.
Wow.
In the early 1900s.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're talking about. This is around the time where they ain't had that many cars. You had horse-drawn carriages and stuff like that.
Matter of fact, he was the first black Baltimorean to buy a car.
Wow.
He bought a car, I think, in 1908.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know?
Jeez.
Yeah.
And I mean, when he bought that hotel, you know, he won his fight, right? $11,000.
Okay.
Now imagine how much that is right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And,
$11,000 fight.
Yeah, and he called home. Yeah, Mom, won the fight. Bring home the baby.
I love that. Never knew it came from him, but yeah.
Wow.
We always get a lot of knowledge when you come on the show. Yeah.
You know, and up in Madison Square Garden, there's a bronze statue of him. You know, in the case, you know, when you going in, there's a case, right, with a bronze statue of him in it, like it.
Oh, wow.
Matter of fact, I saw it when I was up there. I saw it, you know.
Wow.
And it was a documentary being done. I don't know if they completed it, but there's a guy named Kevin Grace. He's with the friend. He's the leader of the Friends of Joe Gans. Okay. You know? And we have different events, and his great granddaughters show up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is.
Matter of fact, we had something over the Mac Lewis gym, and his great-granddaughter showed, and we had a fight, a boxing match, and they showed up, you know.
Wow. That's amazing.
Look, I met Jersey Joe Wildcat grandson.
Wow.
He was we're trying to get a statue made of Joe Gans.
Okay.
And
196 fights.
Yeah.
And you got to realize that's back. I mean, was that like them backroom?
No, they were organized.
Okay. It wasn't like that.
Yeah, because when he won the championship, he won that in Goldfield, Nevada.
Okay.
Right.
So this man traveling in the turn of the century as a black man,
and they loved him, man.
No planes on trains, you know. And you said he fought in Madison Square Garden.
No. What I'm saying is
statues.
The statues in there. But he used to fight Tex Rookett, right? He was the big promoter, and when he fought in Goldfield, Nevada, right?
They make this man a movie.
Yeah, I'm saying, he was something else. Yeah.
That most people here don't know anything.
Don't even know anything about.
Right.
That's why I bring his name, because I was awarded the first Joe Gans Community Service Award.
Okay.
And you know that's why I keep him going.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good stuff, man.
Well, you're welcome back anytime. You know that. You just let me know when you want to come.
The champ is here.
The champ is here. I think I did that in my story because I love that. I posted the flyer about tonight, and I selected that song, "The Champ Is Here," because I love that. Because you are the champ.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you are the champ.
The people's champ, community champ. Yeah. But like I said, accolades are great, man. But what you're doing in the community, man, the lives that you're affecting,
right.
The people that you're inspiring, and you just doing it on a humble. I just commend you, and we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I'm just glad that I'm in a situation where I can talk and let people see that, hey, this is it.
This is it.
Yeah. And it's our community and our responsibility.
True, I agree.
And we have to do better. We have to be better Baltimore and do better Baltimore.
Yeah, because we can't put the responsibility in the hands of the politicians.
Yeah.
We have to reclaim our communities.
Yeah, because they come from the same place we come from.
Exactly. Yeah.
How much more are they going to do?
Right.
You know.
They need help.
Yeah.
They need help.
And like I said, I am a hope dealer. I deal in hope.
I love that. Your next shirt, the next shirt your son designs, need to have that on there some kind of way.
Hope dealer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm saying, people need that hope. They need the hope and
I
help.
agree, yeah.
And they, got to let go of that pride.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of people starve from pride. They're hungry as I don't know what. You got to let that go.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, keep that fire burning in you, man. Because sometimes, when some other people can't, it's good that they can lean on you for that, man.
Yeah.
I owe you a statue, but this time I'm going to do 2. One for you to take home and one for the gym.
Oh, all right. There you go. That's good. Yeah, because I'm saying, I'm in the gym and was taping up.
Yeah.
It felt right. I was hurt. That was one of my favorites.
And I thought that the interesting thing, you said no one had ever given you a glove. And when I'm doing awards, I try to make it specific to what that person does, because I think it'll mean that much more to them. So when you said that...
What happened?
Remember at the Black Wall Street, he got the glove.
Yeah.
Well, one of his kids... one of his students broke it by mistake.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So
I
got to do 2 of them.
I didn't throw it away.
Yeah.
I just put the little pieces inside. it's still on my desk.
No, you don't have to do that. I'm going to order you 2.
I still don't want to throw it away.
Yeah, I'm going to order you 2 of them because I liked it, and I just was looking for the picture the other day.
I never got nothing like that before. That was special. I really liked that.
That made me really feel good when you said that. I was like, oh, I did, I did the right thing. Yeah,
that fit.
It's a long time coming, man. It's just this our way of. It's just a small token.
Yeah.
And and how we feel, and of course how the community feel, because we speak for people.
I'm for real about this. This ain't no game. I ain't trying to trick people.
Yeah, we know that. We definitely know
this
that.
Is what I love to do. I like to see these kids be successful.
Yeah.
And I just like to be part of their success.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, we love having you, and we're honored to have you tonight, and we look forward to your return. And I just want to thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Living legend.
The champ is here. Can we close out with that? Hopefully they don't block it.
It's like the man, the myth, the legend, Big Trust.
I see my man Sonny Baltimore. We all we got. We all we need.
That's it.
That's right.
There you go.
The champ is here. I remember when Will played Ali. Remember that scene? I think he was in Africa. And I was like, oh, that was like the perfect song for that scene.
Like Umar Boomaye.
Yeah, yep.
I finally figured out what car to get. Now, where to find the best deal? What's that?
Car Gurus. 2 grand below market value, 5-star dealer rating. Ooh,
Commercials, man?
He's trying to get the
Car Gurus. Find great deals from top-rated dealers near you.
The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here! Like a butterfly championship is his destiny.
He will be mine in round 9. And if he makes me sore, I'll cut it to 4.
Thank you very much.
And if that don't do, we'll get him in 2. If he run, we'll get him in 1. And in your heart, you know I'm right. I'm young, I'm handsome, I'm fast, I'm pretty, and can't possibly be beat.